Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back. So, today I wanted to talk about my three, or shall I say top two, but really three or four main natural strategies for coping with depression. And this includes major depression, more severe forms of depression as well. So, as we know, depression can range from being pretty mild to being pretty severe. So, and people will fall on all kinds of different sides of the spectrum, anywhere in between, at different points in time as well. So, people that have depression, this can be, every day's a little bit different. Some days there might be good days, some days there might be really, really bad ones, and everywhere in between. So, ultimately, I'm going to make this video pretty quick. I did do a mental health series of videos probably about several months ago. It's been a while, and I mentioned a lot of this in those videos, especially the one that I did on depression. However, I wanted to make a quick video and point out the most important tips that I feel help people manage their depression. Now, I will say that I am absolutely not against medication. I am not anti-medication. I personally do not take any medication for my depression. I have struggled with depression half my life, or almost half my life at this point. And in some cases, it has been pretty severe. So I really, really feel like these are the top tips that I can possibly give as someone who has struggled all of these years with depression. So the first thing is the number one thing. If I had to pick a number one thing, it would be UV therapy. It would be UV light, sunlight, being outside as much as possible. Being close to nature is an important thing, but apart from the fresh air and simply being in nature, the sunlight is a number one thing. So obviously, if you live in an area where the climate is not conducive, say you're in Canada, say you are in the Pacific Northwest or something of that nature, then obviously you're not going to be getting as much sunlight as you would down here in Texas. So down here in Texas, fortunately, even this time of year in the winter, in the dead of winter, our average winter day the temperature is in the upper 50s. So like an average winter day might look like 58 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And a lot of those days are also quite sunny, and we also have the sun up for a large portion of the day. In some areas of the US, the sun will set pretty early. So if you live in an area that is not conducive to the sunlight, then you can weigh the opportunity cost of deciding whether or not you want to go to a tanning salon or get yourself a UV therapy machine. So I do have a UV therapy machine. I use it almost every day. I used to only use it a couple times a week, but I have experienced more depression over the last year, 6 months to a year, I would say. So I do pretty much use it every day. So the UV therapy machine, you can use it in many different ways. You can just leave it sitting there, turn it on, or you can sit in front of it. You don't want to get too close to it because you can burn. You do not want to burn, okay? Also, you can get these sunlight UV therapy bulbs. You can get them from hardware stores. You can also order them online. I order mine usually online, and I use 2 or 3 at a time inside my house, but they're just UV therapy bulbs and they emit UV rays. So you have to be careful with these because some of them can get very, very hot, and some of them are even like reptile bulbs kind of. So you do want to be careful, but putting the UV bulbs in your house as well can be very helpful. And this is something that's incredibly underrated that a lot of people don't know. But for me personally, and a lot of other people I know, UV therapy has been the number one thing. So even if it's really cold outside, bundle yourself up, get out, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes, whatever you can. I recommend spending as much time as possible throughout your day outside, getting sunlight. Even if it's cloudy, the sun is still getting through. So I personally do visit the tanning salon as well. I'm actually about to go in and tan right now. So I tan about once a week, but sometimes I will do twice if I feel the need. I used to tan all the time, like almost every single day. I don't really recommend doing that. I don't recommend more than 2 to 3 times a week, and this is controversial, like I've said before. So I'm not a doctor, but I will say that tanning salons and UV therapy have absolutely saved my life, and I don't know where I would be without the use of UV therapy. So that is just me. So that, again, number one thing, UV therapy. Secondly, exercise, particularly walking. So I walk every day, but I really only walk for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I do a workout on top of that. And so walking is huge. I mean, the last therapist I saw, which it's been a few years since I've been in therapy because I don't usually get a whole lot out of it, and so I don't really go anymore, but that's a story for another day. So exercise and walking is going to be the second thing that's going to be so huge for keeping up your mental health, because you really need exercise and movement to keep your endorphins flowing and to just really boost your energy levels and just have the healthiest experience. Because if your body is not in good shape, your mind's not going to be. And so it's really important that you get exercise. Even if you're really busy, you're a sedentary person, throwing in 10 minutes here and there, just whatever you can do that works with your schedule. It doesn't matter what it is, just do it. The more, the better. So I work out for about an hour a day, and that includes everything. So that includes my stretching, my Tai Chi, which takes about 15 to 20 minutes. My walk takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and the rest of the workout I will do YouTube videos. I do whatever I feel like doing. I mix it up. I do recommend mixing it up. Yoga is very beneficial for mental health, running and walking as well, but really every form of exercise. I do Pilates, I do cardio, I do strength training, bar, so many different things. And it also makes you feel better when you see that you're in the best shape that you can be. Like when I look at my body and I'm like, I may be depressed right now, but look at how good I look. So anyways, it's going to be different for everyone. But exercise, secondly, guys, and those are really the two main things. If I would want to add a third thing in there, which I really do, thirdly is diet, clearly. I know I said before I would put diet above exercise, but I've kind of reevaluated this for myself anyway, and I really feel like UV light, exercise, and then diet. However, I always eat a really healthy diet, so I don't really feel like that plays a huge role. For me, it doesn't really change anything because I eat a regular diet anyways. I eat a really healthy diet anyways. So you want to make sure you're eating a balanced diet and the right diet for your body and your own individual needs. So you want to supplement. Supplementation is another huge thing. I've talked about it before. So I'm not going to go into too much else in this video because I really just wanted to focus on those two main points with the UV therapy and the exercising / walking. So, but again, if I had to add something else in there, diet is so important, and supplementation. If nothing else, take yourself a multivitamin, a probiotic, and something else that will help with some other aspect of your health. So that might be green tea extract for antioxidant value. That might be an iodine supplement for your thyroid, like me. So whatever the case, guys, I really hope this video helps. I wanted to keep it short. Just remember, if you're struggling with depression, you are not alone. And these are just my top tips as someone who has spent half their life dealing with depression, and sometimes it does get very, very severe. And so those are my two main tips. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.